Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, a movie trivia podcast where I give three contestants three different movies, and they try to give me the most random, obscure, or minor characters they can think of.
It was your best one yet.
Yeah, and it was still kind of shitty.
And it wasn't great, but then a dog ruined it.
Fucking dogs.
Pick it up. Pick it up from there.
The movie trivia podcast where I give three contestants... The movie trivia podcast where I give three contestants three different movies, and they try to give me their most random, obscure, or minor characters from those films. The deeper the cut, the more points they get. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me as always, Alex Young. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Thanks for having me, Jeff. We're not maintaining this energy for the whole thing, are we? Because that's exhausting.
Yeah. No, I'm halfway through a drink, so I'll probably get sleepy about like 4 guesses in.
That's how you know you're at a certain age where you have a drink. You're like, now it's nap time.
Yeah. Yep.
Speaking of a certain age, what going on this weekend, Jeff? You got really exciting plans scheduled for you?
No, we were supposed to go to a friend's house for a barbecue, and then I just found out that supposedly she fell on her driveway, broke her hand, and smashed her face.
It's summertime. What did she slip on?
I don't know, man. Age, possibly. I think it's just...
That sounds awful.
Yeah, so they've postponed for a couple weeks, so I don't have anything this weekend. Do you have something I could do?
You could... Why did you say it like this is like a setup we had? I mean, you could go to the Niagara Falls Comic Con, which is what I'm going to. As I think I had mentioned previously, but it's on Friday, and I'm looking forward to it. But I have a question for you, because it's like a 90-minute drive, give or take. So, and this we can open to our guests as well, but what is the furthest you've traveled for an event? Not like, we're going to Disney World in Florida or whatever, building a
but like a one thing.
Yeah, and like, sure, you may have added a couple other things, but we're not The Rock in San Francisco, like that doesn't count. But a concert or an event, because I know you and I drove to Cleveland.
I would say that's probably it. Like, I know you went to Vegas for your birthday to see.
Yeah, but I would even count that was like a birthday trip.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was definitely a road trip to Cleveland, which is only... 5 hours? 4 or 5 hours, but when you're going to Cleveland, it seems like double.
Especially once you're there. Throwing a lot of shade at Cleveland, but that was for Flight of the Conchords.
It was, Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
Good show. Yeah. So that would probably be it.
Because I've like driven to Montreal for the Fantasia Film Festival, but I do work that into like a whole trip. So I don't know if that necessarily counts. So yeah, I think mine would also probably be that Concord show.
Cleveland.
Where your wife and I really had to pee at the border
and
decided that we're like, oh no, it's fine. We'll be through the border in like 20 minutes. It'll be no big deal. Every car was stopped for 15 minutes. We were there for 2.5 hours. And I think I at one point even said to you, I'm like, sorry, buddy, I think I'm gonna have to like pee in your car. Like, there is no way around it. I've never had to pee that much in my life. And then we got through the border. Finally, we got to a gas station. There is one... It's a single-use bathroom.
And you went first.
No. I mean, yes. But I said to Sandy, I'm like, you go. And she's like, no, you go. And I'm like, okay. Because there is no time to argue anymore. So now I'm the villain of the story. But nobody peed their pants, so it all worked out well.
Nobody you know peed their pants, Alex.
Fair enough.
Yes. But yeah, that was a good trip. It was a good trip. It was pretty good.
Oh, being a dick.
We just have a guest who just got back from a trip. I'd like to welcome to the show Sam Barry.
Hi.
Hello, Sam.
Hey.
So you won a couple weeks ago, had the highest score ever on the game, and then immediately took off for Disneyland.
I mean, I feel like that's what winners do, right?
Yeah.
You win the Super Bowl, you go to Disneyland. That's just...
This was your celebration tour?
This is, yeah.
That's it. I'm never going to have another celebration, so I better have just enjoyed it while
it goes Super Bowl victory, Deep Cuts episode 5 victory, and then, after that.
And you went to Disney in California, right? So was it not actually in Celebration USA?
Yes.
Amazing.
I think so. I don't know.
She's not one of those Disney people.
You nailed it.
I am a Disney adult, the people that you cringe at that wear the ears and everything. I am that person, but I mostly go there for the snacks, if anything. The rides are good and everything else, but the snacks.
I find they're a lot more lackadaisical. Lackadaisical? That's a word. at Disneyland than they are at Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just the California attitude kind of thing, but I was there and being in line at like the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror,
which is now Guardians.
Mhm.
It's now Guardians, and the guy was doing his little spiel like "Welcome to the Tower of Terror," and he burped halfway through,
Oh,
and he was just like, "Sorry about that," and just kept like, but just like, not like excuse. Oh my gosh, I'm so. But it was just like, "Hey, shit happens," and he just kept going, and I was like, "That would not fly in Florida. That
No,
guy
it would not.
make it."
I have never walked so much in my life. I thought at one point my feet may literally just detach from my body and leave me. We walked 25,000 steps one day and then took a day off. And then I was like, well, surely the second day we won't walk as much. And we went 34,000 steps. And
you were on vacation. Why did you do this?
I wanted to do all the things and we were having a good time. And we didn't even stay till park closed. So I don't know. If you know me, you know I'm not like the epitome of fitness either. So the fact that I went 34,000 steps and didn't die, that's also a testament.
Speaking of being in pain, we have another guest who hurt his back somehow. Two-time champion, always talked about, to the point where last week he was mentioned, and I literally edited it out because I just didn't. It wasn't needed. It was just such a throwaway line, so I took it out.
You rat bastard.
Hello, Craig Smeaton. Welcome to the show.
What was said about me?
It was nothing bad.
that-
It was. I honestly can't remember. I said something. It was Ashley had just won, and she was talking about how she would hold her chest out high and walk around the office. And I was like, "Yeah, and you can rub it in Craig's face or something like that."
I thank you very much for cutting that out because
But now it's in this episode, so
I owe 2 strikes against me, and I don't have.
I like that we have Sam who was on a trip and Craig who tripped, presumably, and hurt his back.
No, I fell on my. We had a basement carpet thing, so it was on cement, and I kind of was squatting, and I leaned back a little bit, and I just lost my balance, and I fell on my butt, but it bruised my back a little bit. So I might be a bit loopy with the Tylenol. So if I start talking like Gary Busey, talking about buttered sausage or whatever that clip is he does. That'll be the safe word that I'm losing it a bit.
Like you're laying this groundwork in case Sam schools you. You're like, oh, I wasn't at my premium self. It's fine.
I do not think that's going to happen. If I
It's
have
the
to
Roseanne
predict,
bar I was on, took an Ambien. Yeah, didn't work for her, so I don't think it's going to work for me.
Well, I'm really excited to have you guys here because you've all won at some point. Craig, you've won both times you've been here. Sam, you've had one win and a loss. Alex, you've won once.
Is that only won once? That's a bad ratio.
It is. It's not a great ratio.
aren't you on every podcast?
Yeah, you'd think I'd do better.
Yeah, you've actually got more losses than anything else.
But I think it's because I'm on so many episodes that statistically I
Yes.
can't
I
possibly
agree.
win them
Yeah.
all, in the same way that, like, if you live forever, statistically, you're going to get buried alive or something.
Yeah, it's not like quiz show where you're like,
I'm feeding him the answers.
Yeah.
No, it's no, it's not. But
Clearly. Could you imagine you were feeding me the answers and I still did so badly?
so I'm excited about this one because Sam, I think you were a little cocky after your win. Like originally, you were like, I don't want to go against Craig; he's too good. But now you're
I
like,
still don't. Right
bring
now,
it
I
on.
don't. I'm sick today, is what I wanted to say.
Okay, so I've given I feel like it's a good batch of movies. They're a little bit older because I think we've been hanging around in the mid 90s, early 2000s a little bit. So went back a little bit for one. But first, we do what we always do. I've thought of a movie, and I need you guys to try to guess it. So, Craig, what movie am I thinking of?
I had something thought of, but then with the Disneyland discussion, I thought Anaheim, then I thought Mighty Ducks, so I'm going to go with Mighty Ducks.
Okay, the original Mighty Ducks movie with Emilio Estevez, Joshua Jackson, I think.
Yeah,
and
I think so. And that guy who's
the kid he's like a meth head now, I think.
the
Right?
kid who's a meth head, yes.
But not
Brought to
Joshua
you
Jackson.
by-
He has a very rewarding career.
Yes, no, it's the kid who was in like 3 episodes of Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
Sam.
So when I was in California. We went to the Academy of Motion Pictures Museum, and they had a whole John Waters section. So I'm going to say Crybaby.
Ooh.
Also a musical, so on brand for me.
There you go.
Very
And
much.
John Waters was just in Toronto
Yeah.
hosting a screening of some stuff. Yeah, of Pecker at the Paradise.
No, I just like saying Pecker. Oh, it was Pecker. I thought I'd.
That was good.
Okay, Alex, what movie am I thinking of?
I don't have a cute preamble like everybody else to their guess. So mine is just, is it Punch Drunk Love?
Because we talked about it last week.
Did we talk about it last week?
Well, we did Magnolia, and I'm sure we
Yeah,
talked about Punch
So
Drunk
probably
Love
came up.
at some point. None of you got it right. It is actually the ensemble comedy 10 Years, starring Chris
Great
Pratt,
movie.
Anthony Mackie.
Never heard of this movie.
You've never heard of it? Oscar Isaacs? Like Alex.
Sure, it's at a TIFF. It's great. Kate Mara
Also never heard of it.
is great
Yeah.
in it. Oscar Isaac has got a song, but nobody did not do any business. It's
Clearly.
I mentioned to you before. It's on. It's funny. If you want to go to that, it's on Blu-ray for $2 at the Dead Dog Records. I saw it on Sunday.
Great. Which location? Church or
Church in
Bloor?
Wellesley.
Yeah, great. That's the closer one.
Yeah, and I think Oscar Isaacs wrote like an original song for
And
it.
it's amazing. It should have been nominated for an Oscar. Yeah.
This seems like a movie you guys made up.
It's a key plot point too. And
It's called 10 Years.
10 Years, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's about like a high school reunion, and so many people in it.
Chris
like
Pratt's
Rosario
amazing.
Dawson.
yes,
Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza's funny. Yeah.
All right. I've
This is
heard
like
of
that time that Vanya tried to convince me that Black Rain is a real movie with Michael Douglas, and it's like for sure also invented.
Great movie. You like that movie?
None of you got it right, obviously, with Mighty Ducks Crybaby and Punch Drunk Love. Do any of them?
Match up to
Definitely
your
not.
fictional movie?
None of them are
Unlikely.
Crybaby. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah, that's the furthest, I think.
I'm wondering if there's some cross section with somebody, and a lot of people in 10 years.
I can't think Punch Drunk Love because you got like 4 people in it, right? Like you got Philip Seymour Hoffman, Luis Guzman, Adam Sandler, his sisters. I don't think any of them there. You know what, Craig? You got to hurt back. I'm going for you this
Oh,
week.
no, I don't need. Okay,
Where would you like to go? First,
I'll
second, or
just go
third?
number one. I'll be number one. Works for me.
All right. I know where Alex is going to go, so I want to see what Sam's going to do. Sam, you can decide second or third.
Second. And I know that Alex prefers third, but I don't like going back to back if I can help it because I obviously need the time to think.
Yeah,
if we've
that's good.
noticed.
It's a good
Could
thought,
you
too.
avoid saying back to back? It's very triggering to me right
Oh,
now. It's kind of loud. I know you're trying to smack talking to me off my game
Apologies.
off the bat, but like, I mean, can we call what's it called? What do they do that in sports with the yellow flag or audible? Or what is it called? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know.
This is not
either.
the crowd for sports references, that's for sure.
Oh, well, Jeff knows what he's talking about.
I know what an audible is. That's what a quarterback calls at the line of scrimmage when he sees plays that he's like, oh, we need to do a running play instead. So he'll call
That's
it
right.
an audible.
So more like a yellow flag or
Yeah, let's put a
You're-
flag on the play here. Yeah.
You're
On
both
the
wrong.
back-to-back
That's where
talk.
you get your books read to you on the internet, you ding-dongs.
Okay, so I have 3 movies. I went all the way back for the first one to 1986 for the comedy Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, no.
Alex, have you not seen Ferris
No, of course
Bueller's
I have, but like, I watched it so much as a kid that I haven't watched it in probably 25 years.
Same.
Okay, fair enough. So then, part of the reason I took the movie 10 years is both these 2 movies that I have after this happened 10 years later. So the 1996 film Twister, and also the 1996 film. This one, no one might go for anything on this film, but it's super deep. It's the 1996 comedy, dark comedy, The Cable Guy.
Oh, I have not seen that movie.
I
It's-
have.
It's super deep. So
Probably.
I'll tell you this: there are 1, 2, 3 people who cross over between these films. Some of them are very obvious. Some are not. I'll give you guys a second to think about it, and then Craig, you'll be on the clock.
Jeff, if there's ever a time to start feeding me the answers, it's today, boy.
Really? I felt like I served you up a softball with Twister there.
I got a few, but that's the only one I've got a few for. I've got nothing for Cable Guy. They will be shots in the dark. And Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't know how deep.
It's pretty deep.
I'm
It's
sure.
surprisingly deep.
I
Yeah.
can give you the leads.
I love Twister, but I honestly haven't seen it in.
I went and watched
years.
all 3 of these movies over the last 3 days just to make sure I could be.
Well, for you physical media fans, Twister hits 4K on July 9th. I have already pre-ordered my copy, and I'm real excited about it.
All right, how's everyone feeling? You guys feeling good? You got some names written down?
Very few.
Okay, I think Craig's ready. Craig, what's your first guess?
I'm going to go Christy Swanson, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Very good. Christy Swanson, while a kind of known deep cut, is still worth 14 points because she really only has like one line in the film. She's in the class.
31 flavors.
Good pull, Craig.
Well,
Christy
good night,
Swanson.
everybody. I'm out.
It's over.
No, I think that's it. I think that's going to be my high.
Oh, really?
highest
Okay.
high. Yeah.
Okay. Sam.
Also from Ferris Bueller, Charlie Sheen.
Good pull. Good pull.
That is a good one, yeah.
Charlie Sheen in the police station at the end there
Yep, that's probably my best one.
is worth 10 points. Alex, I
Oh.
gave you what I felt was like one of your favorite
It is.
mid-90s
It is.
disaster
But
films.
the problem is I don't know who's going to be worth a lot. So I'm going to take one from Ferris Bueller because I think people might call it. But the receptionist is also in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes, her name is Edie McClurg.
Clerg.
Neighbor on the Hogans /
Edie McClurg, hold up, is 7 points.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Because he's a real righteous dude, I believe is her line.
Crushing it. And for Twister, the deepest cut I can give you in Twister is Helen Hunt's mom or aunt, the old lady in it, is in True Blood. She is Anna Paquin's, I think, grandmother.
Yeah, she might be her aunt as well. I don't know. But yeah,
Can
she's
I guess her
definitely-
name? Because I was want to take that, but I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
go for
it. I'm not taking points, but just is it Lois Smith?
Lois Smith, yes, also in Lady
So
Bird. Yeah.
I'm getting the cred, but not the points. Okay, yeah. So and I would have gone Lady Bird for that one. Yeah.
10 points for Lois Smith.
Putting me tied with Craig. Half a Craig? Slightly ahead. Great.
You're ahead of Craig, but he's got like a whole extra pick.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, she's got that whole scene. Like they go to her house for food, and for some reason she has like 900 steaks that she's able to feed everyone. Yeah, Lois Smith. I always thought she might be like one of Peter Parker's aunts from the Spider-Man movies, and I've just confused her with them. Sam, you're on the board with Charlie Sheen at 10 points. What is your second guess?
I may be misremembering this woman, but I believe that Ferris Bueller's mom is also the mom from the Goonies. No? Is that wrong?
She's not. No, the mom from the Goonies, I believe her name is Mary Ellen Trainor.
Ah, balls.
Does that sound right, Craig? Yeah, and Sam, you should know, I believe she's the mom in Monster Squad.
Okay, so I thought they were all the same lady.
Yeah, and she's also in like
Sam, that's racist.
I should have said and Monster Squad, and then you might have given it to me.
no, I wouldn't have because it's still a different person. She's Mary Ellen Trainor from Goonies is also the psychiatrist in Lethal Weapon.
All right,
Not the
10
mom
points.
from
And I
Ferris
want to
Bueller's
say
Day
she
Off.
might be married to Robert Zemeckis.
Mary Ellen Trainor, she's married to definitely someone like a director.
Yeah.
And yeah, that has slipped my mind right now.
But she's been in a lot of Richard Donner movies. So
Yes.
This is
Sorry,
gonna suck.
Sam.
Oh, that's fine.
You swung big. It was a big swing.
I had to try, and I lost.
It was worth it.
It wasn't.
No, it was not
wasn't.
worth it.
You're nice, but it wasn't.
But yeah, you went early and yeah, you missed.
Yeah.
Craig, you have 2 guesses.
Okay, Twister, I'm going to go Todd Field.
Todd Field, more known as a director.
Great work.
Todd Field, 8 points, as he is one of the main guys in the Twister crew.
And then I just...
Is he the guy with
listened
the
to,
receding hairline in the movie?
No, he's got like, you know what? He looks like a cross between like Robert Patrick and someone else, but he's got kind of like I don't know, almost like an army crew cut look to him.
Oh, okay. That sounded.
But yeah, kind of looks like Robert Patrick to me. Craig.
Okay, and then I'm going to go with... I actually used to know this guy's name. Oh, I do know his name, but I believe his name is Larry Flash Jenkins.
Holy shit.
And and he is plays. I was going to describe. He plays Gummy in Fletch, the junkie on the beach. But Larry Flash Jenkins, Flash, is he built my deck. He didn't build my deck. Larry Flash Jenkins is one of two of the garage guys who takes the car for us.
Yeah,
Name
he
just came
is.
to me in a flash, as they were
I
saying.
only wrote it down because I was like, well, no one will get this. I didn't even write down anything else he was in because I was like,
Yeah.
well, who's going to guess Larry Flash Jenkins?
Flash
Hey,
was in
Jeff,
Flash.
Craig's gonna guess it.
For 18 points
18,
for Larry
okay.
Flash. And I figured just because his name was Larry Flash Jenkins, it might be a little more memorable.
Again, it's one of those names that just pops out when you read. I've been staying to read credits longer than most of you have been alive.
Holy shit. That was a good one.
Okay.
Sam, what do you got?
Well,
You got anything that good?
no. I'm I'm hoping there's a dog in one of these movies. Is what I'm hoping for.
There are a couple dogs in Twister.
There's
but I
a
There's
didn't-
a cow. Yeah.
Ah,
There's a
Craig.
cow. And yeah, there's a dog at the beginning and a dog with Lois Smith as well. But I don't
Yeah.
believe they're credited in the film.
I'm probably not. Okay, I'm going for not a great pull, but I'm gonna say Jennifer Grey from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller's Day Off. Jennifer Grey, also from Dirty Dancing. And a TV show. Didn't she have a TV show?
Yes,
Yeah, she showed
In
me.
it's
the-
like you know.
It's like you. She got her nose done. Yep.
Yeah.
And was previously married to Clark Gregg.
Yeah, they were recently divorced, weren't they?
Yeah.
Last couple of years.
So only
And
4
was
points.
with Matthew Broderick when he killed that
Crashed
guy.
the car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So 4 points for Jennifer Grey.
That is more points than I expected.
me too. I'll take.
I mean, she's fourth build essentially.
Considering I got 0 last time, I'll take
Mhm.
4.
Fair enough.
Alex, you have your third and your fourth.
So
Yes.
I don't get any points for music from Star Wars in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, do I?
When the car's going over the hill, no, you do not. No.
Yes, so cross it off the list. Okay, so back to Twister. The villain's like right hand man. I don't want to say the villain's name in Twister.
You can.
But his right hand man, I don't know his name. Nobody knows his name. But he was also in Devs. He's like the hitman in Devs or whatever.
Yeah, he's a head of security. He's also in Fight Club as Ed Norton's. People are home, so that's why the dogs are barking. He's in Fight Club as Ed Norton's boss. And he's
I
in
know that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his name's Zach Grenier.
Yeah. He was in She Said, too. Pretty good part, She Said.
He's also in that Craig Robinson series where he's hunting snakes
Mhm.
in Florida, called Killing It, I believe. So Zach Grenier, 12 points, Alex. Nice pick.
All right, I'll take it. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's great. He dies. He horrifically dies when the piece
Yeah,
of
he gets like a piece of the like radio tower from like someone's
goes
house.
right through his face.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
And then
you
he
remember
explodes.
the guys that get killed by objects, like in
I
Day
do.
After Tomorrow? That's a thing with you.
Yeah, well, okay, I guess I got a lot of fears, a lot of anxieties. Anytime I see someone die, I'm like, well, that's a new one for the bank, I guess.
Alex, you got your fourth guess.
See, now I'm at the point where it's that classic guess of like, who's worth very many points. So you know what? I'm going to take it because I know he's a double. So I'll at least get probably 2 bonus points plus whatever he's worth. But Alan Rook in Twister was obviously also in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, so you're going to get the 2 points from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and you're going to get 6 points from Twister.
All right, it's not bad.
So 8 points for Alan Ruck as Rabbit in Twister. Is his
Rabbit is
name.
good, Rabbit is wise.
It's like, what?
Yeah, Jeff, it's a perfect movie. I know.
Sam, you got some ground to make up.
I am just going to stick with Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I think, because I really do not remember almost anybody except for the main people from the other 2 movies.
And in some cases, you don't seem to remember even the main.
Well, listen, the mom's barely in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, to be fair. But Ben Stein from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ben
You're
Stein.
dead to me. That was my
Well,
favorite guess.
I'm surprised no one said it yet. So I was
Yeah,
like,
because
I
you
should
guys
say it.
skated all around it. Like we talked about
Yes.
the classroom scene.
Yeah, I was. He's
Figured he'd be
gonna the
worth
next one,
less.
but,
I mean,
yeah.
he's not in it a ton, and like honestly, his show's not on TV anymore. So do people even know who Ben Stein is?
He still has all his money now.
But I think he's got to be worth more than Jennifer Grey.
Oh, he's definitely worth more than Jennifer
Yeah.
Grey. He's worth
Well,
10
thank
points,
God.
Sam. 10 points.
Thank
for Ben
points.
Stiller.
goodness.
Good.
That's a good one. I
Yeah,
should have taken that over Alan Rook.
Yeah, I mean, him and Charlie Sheen I had kind of on the same level. Craig, you're back here with your guesses 4 and 5.
I'm gonna go Ben Stiller and Cable Guy,
Nice, because he's also the director of the film.
but he's kind of got a
He's
the
got they're
Menendez brother kind of.
yeah, it's their twin brothers, Stan and Sam something, and one of them has been murdered. So Ben Stiller,
By an Asian person is the line.
8
He
points.
was Asian. 8 points.
8 points for Ben Stiller. Because yeah, he's the
Okay.
director. He's also a big star, and he's honestly, I literally finished watching that movie before we started, and he's in it a decent amount. That movie, I don't know if people would like it more now, but it's definitely not as bad as it was perceived at
It
the
is
time.
on my list because I've heard people have like revisited it and enjoyed it more than when they did theatrically. So it is on my list, but I like just simply haven't prioritized it.
Yeah, there's a lot of inside jokes that you're like, oh, I get that now. I get what he's talking about. So, Craig, you have your 5th guess.
I believe Jamie Gertz wasn't Jamie Gertz in Twister.
She was.
Is this your guess, Craig?
Yeah,
She was. Jamie Gertz for 5 points.
only 5. Okay, damn it.
Well, she's
Okay.
like the love interest.
She's the love interest to the lead actor.
Billy.
I've only seen that movie once, so it's to me it's not that.
She seems totally fine with him going off with someone else at the end of that movie. She's like, and I'm okay with it. So we're supposed to be like, oh, it's okay. Like, he didn't just break this woman's heart who he was engaged to. And yeah.
Spoilers.
He's like, I'm gonna go cut pop cans and put them on little toys, send them into a wind tunnel. Spoilers.
Craig just adding his stats here with some solid picks. Sam?
Me, I'm going real deep with this one. Real deep. I'm hoping for a 3-pointer on this one, Max. Matthew Broderick is in both Cable
Correct.
Guy.
Hey, you're
And Ferris
getting
Bueller's
exactly 3 points. You're getting 1 point
Yay!
from Ferris Bueller's Day Off and 2 points from the Cable Guy.
This is not my forte.
Matthew Broderick, 3 points. There was a thing on Twitter today, and it's like, who's a character in a film that you consider to be an asshole? And I then just posted Ferris Bueller. And I got so many likes because people are like, yeah.
You're a Rooney fan.
I mean, he's only doing his job. Whereas Matthew Broderick hacks into the school, has his friend steal his car, his dad's Ferrari, fakes a death so he can get like a girl out of school. His friend has mental health issues, but is like forcing him out of the house. He's a dick. He's a huge dick. Alex, you have your 5th and 6th, which would be your final guess.
These are my last 2.
This is it.
Okay. So I'm just gonna stick with Twister. I'm worried because I want to give you the villain, but I'm curious. Like, is he? Should I not? Is like how many?
Dude, like, don't ask
Is
me.
he
I'm
wor-
just.
Here's a question: is he worth a lot of points?
I don't know if you can ask that, can you?
I feel like I
You
should
can
be
ask it.
allowed.
I can't answer it.
All right. Okay. So I'll just take Philip Seymour Hoffman to start because
Oh,
he's
he
dusty.
isn't that.
He isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's dusty.
I was worried that he was only in Titanic, and I was confusing the two.
Is Philip Seymour Hoffman in Titanic?
I don't think he is, but I
I
was.
think she's
confusing
thinking
the
of
two.
someone else.
Oh.
I
Those
think
movies
that's-
are very different. One is super wet and one is very windy.
Oh, very different.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is worth 4 points.
Ugh. All right. Well, I'll still just take Carrie Elways as the villain.
Carrie Elways is 6 points. I thought you might have something deeper, so I was trying to like skew you away from those.
When we're all done, come back to me because I have a total shot in the dark, but I didn't want to risk it.
I mean, dude, I think you needed to. Don't say it, but like hold it.
Do it. I got 0.
No,
Do it.
because Craig might have it in
Sign
his
it to
back
you,
pocket.
Sam.
Sam, your last guess.
Oh boy. Do I go with the lead here or the lead there? Because since I already said him anyway, and because he's worth probably 2 points, I'm gonna say the creep from Everything, because he's a creep in real life. Sorry if
I know
anyone
exactly
likes
who you
the actor.
mean.
It's Rooney, who's also in Beetlejuice, who's also in Deadwood. He's in everything. He's the principal in this movie, and He's a huge creep.
That's good. That's good. That's good. He's
Jeffrey
deceased now, I
Jones.
believe.
Yeah.
Oh, R.I.P. to you, creep.
He's not in Beetlejuice.
He is worth 5 points for Jeffrey Jones.
I'll take it.
That wasn't my list. I should have taken him.
I don't think that was going to make the difference for you tonight.
At 1 point, Jeff. You watch it come down to 1 point.
Craig, your last one. I think it's over. You've won, but
Okay.
you
You know what's crazy? I actually knew the guy who. So there's no one else picking on the last second.
this is it. You're the last pick. of them
I'm
all.
not going to just, but there was a time a couple weeks ago I knew the name of the guy, or maybe the name of what else guy who played the restaurant manager who says Abe Froman, the sausage king. I knew that guy, and but now I forget what it is. But interesting fact about that before we the same restaurant in Blues Brothers.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Anyways, so my I have 1 pick or 2 picks. Sorry,
Just one. Your last one.
just Louis Anderson.
Oh,
Ferris
very
Bueller's Day
nice.
Off.
As the flower
As the,
delivery guy.
No, when they go to the and then they go like, I'm the guy who likes whatever that isn't that.
The nurse who likes
Oh.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
16 points for Louis Anderson. He has no lines.
God
He
damn,
honks his
Craig.
car horn at the end and drives away.
And then when he goes,
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like,
Sorry.
yeah, gives him the finger.
Let me come back to my shot in the dark for Twister.
What was your shot in the dark, Alex?
Kevin Sussman in that movie? Or is
No,
there
you're
just a
confusing
guy who
Kevin
had
Sussman
the
with
receiving
Joey Slotnick
Yes, I am.
from The Single Guy and Boston Public. They do look similar, but
See,
they're
that's why I didn't guess it, Jeff.
different
My
guys.
instincts were right.
You would have been like Sam saying people who aren't in the movie.
Speaking of which, I got one more because I've never seen it. But is Wayne Knight the Cable Guy?
He is not.
Oh, thank God! I didn't. Thank God.
You couldn't have made any of these guesses.
Yes, Sam, Jeff.
is Ferris Bueller's mom's last name Pickett?
It's Cindy Pickett,
Cindy Pickett, yeah, who was married in real life to
Lyman
yeah,
Ward,
yeah,
Ferris
yeah.
Bueller's dad. They got married after the movie.
Oh,
Cindy Pickett, Alex, we recently watched her in the movie Evolver
She
with
in that?
Ethan Embry. Yeah, she's the mom in Evolver. Let's see, what else you guys miss here? You got Ben Stein. Craig, I'm surprised that you knew Larry Flash Jenkins, but didn't remember Richard Edson, the other
other
guy
guy.
who takes the car.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what I know. He's been in a dozen movies that are famous, but I couldn't. It just wasn't coming to me.
Do the Right Thing in Platoon.
The youngest son, Sal's son, of course.
Alex, did you just watch Beautiful Girls?
No, you keep telling me to watch Beautiful Girls. That's where the conversation ends.
One of the guys from Beautiful Girls is also in the classroom with Christy Swanson. His name is Max Perlich.
I was so close to choosing that because I was like, I thought I might have been confusing him with another guy.
Yeah, he's
But it
another
was Max
A in the
Perlich,
class.
yeah,
It's like Ambersol, and he's like present.
He's the one who's like annoyed when them. Yeah.
That is the most on brand thing that Craig does is when it's like, oh, Jeff's like, and the third extra from the back is a guy named John Lackenbauer, and he was in No Other Things at All. And Craig's like, oh, you know what? That's my second guess because
He was in
one time on a
He
commercial.
was in Homicide. He was the
Exactly.
the guy in Homicide. He's a big actor.
So the guy from the restaurant, the maitre d' from the restaurant, his name is Jonathan Schmuck, and he's always plays the same guy. I've seen him in like 5 episodes of The Golden Girls lately, where he is always playing a maitre d', but he's more famously known for being in The Goldbergs as essentially the same character, the maitre d',
that's
when
what
they
it is
have
then. That's
Barry's day off and they go to the restaurant. But then he's also credited as being the creator of the late 90s Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the Melissa Joan Hart one.
Yeah, the good one.
You,
I don't know why
you
I'm
got
saying
Louis
it.
Anderson. John Hughes has a cameo as man running between cars in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And then the one that this is the thing I learned was the little girl, but the teenage girl on the bus that offers Rooney.
Gummy, yeah, at the end,
You're warm
yeah.
for being in my pocket.
Yeah, her name is Polly Dupont Noonan. And the only thing I can tell you that she's known for is she is on the cover of the Lemonheads CD. It's a Shame About Ray. So if you ever look that up, it's the same girl.
Wild.
That's cool. That's a good fun
A
fact.
Twister, you guys.
I thought John Hughes maybe I suppose because I know he's in Breakfast Club too.
You guys missed the last crossover, which was an actor named Sean Whalen, who is one of the other crew members in Twister. He's also in Cable Guy as someone who's at the karaoke party with Jim Carrey and Matthew Broderick.
so
He's kind of annoying face.
He is, and he's in The People Under the Stairs. Is like
He's in That Thing You Do as well. He was in a lot of commercials for a while. He's a very punchable face. Yeah.
Fun
Sean Whalen,
fun fact about People Under the Stairs, Jeff, you love that movie.
Thanks, Alex. Jeremy Davies is also one of the team members in Twister. And then
very good.
There's a bunch of people on Carrie Elway's team that have no lines, that are actually almost more famous than Bill Paxton's team.
Really?
So you got
I need to rewatch this movie, obviously.
Anthony Rapp from Rent and many other things.
Babies, I think.
Jake Busey is just standing around in the background doing nothing.
And I made a Gary Busey joke.
You did?
And I met Jake Busey in a bathroom once. That's not a PD story. We were just at TIFF, and he was there.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Abraham Ben Ruby. Does that name ring a bell to anyone? No? Craig, do you remember the TV show Parker Lewis Can't Lose?
Sure, yeah.
I do.
He was the big guy.
So that's a funny tie-in because that was the Ferris Bueller. It launched the same year as the Ferris Bueller show launched. And it was a much better show than the Ferris Bueller show, yeah.
And then the last one was young. Alex, this is where I thought you were going with. I thought you were going to know young Helen Hunt is Alexa Pena Vega.
Really? From the beginning with like the Tiger Sound wind?
Yep, that's her. Cable Guy, which
before we go to Cable Guy, because I want to tie Jake Busey back into Gary Busey with Craig. Obviously, other than they're related. But so that TIFF screening I mentioned, it was for the Shane Black Predator movie, which I enjoyed, that he's in. And one of the questions on stage was for Jake Busey, and it was like, what did your dad say when you got the role? Like, was he excited for you, whatever? He's like, his exact words were, is there rolling it for me? Which feels very on brand for Gary Busey.
So Cable Guy, Leslie Mann is the love interest. Jack Black is the best friend. And then Matthew Broderick's parents are George Siegel from the Goldbergs and many other things. And then Diane Baker, who is from Silence of the Lambs as the
senator. Senator, love your suit. Love the suit.
And which is funny because Jim Carrey does a Silence of the Lambs thing where he puts all the chicken skin on his face and he's like, yeah. Eric Roberts is in it, playing Ben Stiller in the made-for-TV version of the movie they're making about the twin killing. Janine Garofalo, Andy Dick, David Cross, Owen Wilson famously gets beat up in a bathroom by Jim Carrey in this film.
That's a lot. It makes sense because it was Ben Stiller's first after Reality Bites. It makes so much sense in the show.
Joel Murray is in the basketball scene. Kathy Griffin plays Jim Carrey's mom. And then here's my favorite one, Craig. This is maybe only for you. An actor by the name of Paul Greco is at a karaoke party that Jim Carrey and Matthew Broderick are playing. He is Orphan from The Warriors. The guy who's got kind of like the wonky eye that looks like Ray Romano.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's in that, and
he's the guy in Fame too.
Yes,
isn't he? He's there like Trey Jolie, Coco, Trey Jolie. He's the guy at the end. Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk, Charles Napier, Kyle Gass, and yeah, that's about it. But it's a very, very deep movie.
That's very deep.
Yeah, Kyle Gass has no lines. He's sitting on the couch when the cable goes out, and he's all upset. And then he looks over, and there's a book, and he picks it up and opens it to like page 42, and just starts reading. Because the cable.
I kind of feel we have to apologize to Ben Stiller and company for not dipping in that Cable Guy.
It was a tough one, and honestly, I threw it in there because I figured Craig was going to do well with Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I figured Alex would do well with Twister, and I thought, Sam, that Cable Guy just might be one of those movies that you would be like, yeah, I watched it in high school and I loved it, and we watched it every weekend, but I guess not.
If you had picked almost any other Jim Carrey movie, even The Mask, I would have.
That's a good. Don't name him because that's a good. Then you can do it. I think you can without narrowing it down. You can pick another one, and then.
Although I don't think I've seen a Jim Carrey movie
in a long time.
You know,
we should do a week where it's just 3 Carrey movies. So one Jim Carrey, one Carrey Elways, and one Carrey Mulligan, and we just do all 3. Hopefully they have deep cast. I don't know what deep Carey Mulligan movie you're getting. An Education. It's cast of 2.
And the movie I will be thinking of will be Carrie.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's clever.
So Sam, you have
The lowest
32
score possibly.
32 points. It's not the lowest. You beat Alex's 26 from last week, and he had birthday bonuses last week.
I did. I wouldn't
I
have even
did hear birthday bonuses, and I was a little bit sad that there was no bonus round this time because I could have used one.
Alex, my co-host, I don't think you're coming in last this time, so that's good.
Nice
10,
pinch.
18, 30, 47. A very respectable score.
All right, I'll take it.
Now, I believe, Sam, you have the highest score ever. Did we decide it was 89 has been the highest score ever? And obviously, it's a different game every week with different movies, different possibilities. But it's the highest score. Craig, you put up 22, 48, 53, 69.
Sam,
69
you're still
points.
top champion in that sense.
Hey,
Not
now.
in this game.
Very well done, Craig. A nice, very solid score. That Larry Flash Jenkins is just, yeah, that was very impressive.
you.
And then the fact that you still had Louis Anderson in your back pocket.
Yes,
last
but
pick.
that came to me very, very late. While I had, I just knew there was something. I just was thinking of the house and the different things, and then it came to me
There's also a dog in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Sam. I just realized there's the Rottweiler that eats Rooney's shoe in his pants, and then I believe he poisons it with flowers.
I bet it's like the same Rottweiler and Father of the Bride or something like that. That would be an interesting.
It could be, but I didn't
Yeah.
recall it being named. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Crystal the monkey or anything.
No. I have a question. So I was watching Ferris Bueller, and he wakes up in the morning, he's wearing his pajamas and stuff like that. And this is an old man complaint.
I can't wait.
And this would be a question for you guys, is how come as pajamas have gotten less formal looking, it's gotten more acceptable to wear them out in public as clothes? Like it's almost gone reverse. Like, you know, you remember those movies from the 30s and 40s, and the guy would be wearing silk PJs with like lapels and buttons, and they look, you know, you could almost go to work in those now. But
Yeah, where
nowadays
like the
it's
lady only wants the top and the man only wants the bottom.
bottom
and
and a white t-shirt. Yeah, very nice. But yeah, like if you saw somebody out wearing that now, you'd be like, that's ridiculous.
I can't
But-
wait for like the next part of this complaint, Jeff. It's gonna be like, and they used to have long matching hats and a good place to hold your candle. We used to be a proper society.
And men and women would sleep in separate beds so you could get a decent night's sleep.
Little tiny single beds.
Yeah. That's the world I want, Alex.
You and Mike Pence.
But Jeff, you have to have like such an old apnea machine that runs like a bellows. You have to hire some street urchin to run it at night to keep you alive. They're like,
You there,
there's so
boy.
much
What day
sweat
is
in it, Jeff.
this?
You're like, it's fine, and keep going.
You boy. Yeah, and then you can give him a gold coin to fetch the finest Christmas goose.
Oh, yes.
What day is it?
I believe Ebenezer Scrooge though only wore one long shirt. Though.
It was a long shirt.
Yeah, that's how we got rich.
Very
We didn't buy
drafty.
the bottom half of the pajamas.
Mhm.
That's where they get you. The trousers.
Alex, my wife, you'll be happy to know this. My wife informed me that upon listening to the podcast the other day, she's like, you do a good job hosting, but Alex is really funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know. 'cause
My wife
he-
said the same thing about Alex, but she said you were, but Jeff, not in a way. She thought you were equally funny, but she and really made a point about how good you are. Like you sound like a actual radio guy.
I appreciate, Craig, that you added Jeff's compliment at the end. Like when your favorite child says, "Who's your favorite?" And you're like, "I don't have favorites. It's you." And the other one shows up. It's like, "But I do love you both the same."
No, but she did make a point to say that you guys were both great.
Never
I'll
cut this
take
part
it.
out.
I'll take that.
This
I'll
part's the
take it.
best.
Craig, do you have anything you would like to promote? Anything coming up that you want to tell people about? Is there a show or anything, or
Additional
maybe some?
back pain.
No, nothing to promote. I'm good. I can't think of anything that I was going to be doing.
Okay, Sam, how about you?
No, I will be going right back into the dark and waiting for my next call. I have nothing to promote. I'm going nowhere. I'm broke now after being on vacation and have to go and just wait, watch movies that clearly I need to see. And embarrassing about Twister.
Broke both financially and your walking shoes.
Yeah. And my pride a little bit.
You know, actually, I do add something that because of we're taping this, recording this D-Day 80th anniversary just around and I think I'm going to maybe go a bit deep with some D-Days. Maybe another Band of Brothers, trying to get my family to watch that.
Oh,
I'd like
so
to
good.
see that new Michael Caine movie, The Great Escaper. That sounds fun. So I think I'm want to go. I think we should all go deep into honoring the remembering the 80th anniversary of everyone.
Yeah, go watch some Band of Brothers or something like that.
Mhm.
I do appreciate
Yeah.
it's like, what do you want to promote? This very popular show from 18 years ago. Everybody should check it out.
Mhm. Well,
But also, you're
So
right.
good.
You are right.
Yeah.
I don't mean to diminish your things. I just wanted to make a joke for both of your wives.
Alex, what about you?
Maybe next week, Jeff. Maybe next week.
You were supposed to send me an outro.
Yes. There you go. Just sent it.
You're sending it to me right now.
Yes. You get it right now, so you have no time to rehearse.
Okay.
And then you're ready. Send it to text it to you. So this is it.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna read it as it is written, and hopefully he doesn't make me say like boobs. Or
I'm
something
Ron
halfway through.
Burgundy.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I'd like to thank our contestants, Craig and Sam. Congrats again, Craig. Oh, did you just add that, or
Nope.
did you have?
I wrote
already to
that
go?
3 days ago. Sorry, Sam.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. I would have
Congrats
the same
again,
thing.
Craig. Surprising no one. I'd also like to thank my co-host, number one best friend and all-around awesome guy, Alex Young. Find us on
That's
X,
so nice, Jeff.
Instagram, Facebook, and anywhere you get your podcast. I'm Jeff Penn. Thanks for listening. Well, that's pretty good. I was expecting a little bit more. No, I just thought you were going to be a little meaner to me or something.
Hey, listen, I got a lot of these to write, so
You're going to save that for episode.
we're gonna work up to it.
Very good. But yes, truly, thanks again very much, guys. Congratulations, Craig. We'll get you both back on as soon as we can.
But Nick first.
anytime.
Nah.
Thank you for cutting me out of last week's episode.
We always catch you out, Craig, anytime.
Thanks very much, guys. And hey, enjoy the podcast, and you'll get to hear us again in a week. Bye.
Hey Jeff, thanks for just adding another outro.
I know. I'll cut it
Son
out.
of a bitch. Thank you, Sam.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Nick.
Bye.